Howdy and welcome. Welcome to another edition of the Living Worlds of Darkness Rage Across New York. We're going to go ahead and burn a building right now in front of you, and there's nothing you can do about that. You're just going to go ahead and watch in awkward awe and terror and horror as the most brutal destruction is visited upon this particular halfway house slash domicile for wayward teens. We're terrible people, aren't we? In any case, the scene actually goes ahead and starts off. In the very, very crack of dawn, in the very, very early hours, Alan Stewart has jumped into the mystery machine and has gone ahead and traveled towards this this residential block that has yet to be created. Right now, there is only patches of development, patches of old development, actually. Patches of development that should have been wiped off the map long, long ago, but yet, for some reason, has not. Just has not. The natural course of thing has not particularly happened. These eyesores of buildings, these antiquities are just standing there in the way of progress, in the way of development. And Alan Stewart for himself, Alan Stewart and his kinfolk contacts have gone ahead and are going to rectify that today, at least. In the early mornings, as Helios is about to go ahead and breach the horizon, Alan Stewart has taken the mystery machine that has recently awakened, actually, towards this site. In front of them, well, in front of him is a double-storied a building with many different rooms towards either side of it, the history of which is not important, or it may be important, it doesn't really matter. The history of this building will be told in different scenes and scenelets. It will be told by the furniture that is left there, the objects that are left there. Not necessarily me narrating to you whatever may be in there. No, no, no. This is not this type of scene. Not this type of scene at all, because Alan Stewart has come. Alan Stewart has come with destruction in his heart because he is built up with this sort of frustration as well. This frustration that he currently has with anyone and everyone that's willing to talk to him just for a few free seconds. He has decided that he will take this opportunity to go ahead and touch his spirituality just a tiny bit. Beside him happens to be a lantern, a kerosene lantern, actually, with a very, very small flame beside it. Ellen's gonna go ahead and get out of the mystery machine, take the lantern out, this very, very antique and old lantern, set it on the hood of the mysterious machine, open up the back panel, making sure that pilot light is still lit. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that knob ever so much so the flame, grows it a little bit. And it'll go ahead and start to whisper, start to talk to the spirit held within this lantern and simply say, "Hi, are you awake? Wakey, wakey."
You hear the sound of like a little spirit in the flame turning around, and you hear a very gentle crackle coming from it as it feeds off of the small bit of gas in the lantern. It's very small. It looks just like the little flame of the lantern with two little dark eyes like little bits of coal. It just looks up. Blink, blink.
How are we doing?
Not a lot in here to burn. So little. Just enough to keep me this small.
Ellen's gonna go ahead and start turn the lantern towards the decommissioned and soon to be demolished building. And he's just gonna go ahead and whisper, "So many things, so many things I want to give you. to burn.
Hear a little cackle from the spirit as two little wisps of hands go up in front of it and rub together. It's like, I'm so hungry. So hungry.
You will have your fill. You will have the opportunity to build and build and build. You'll have an opportunity to become bigger than yourself. This I would give you. This I would give you for a time, because I cannot have fire to run out willy-nilly. I cannot have your obvious, beautiful potential run wild too often, but I can give you a time to fulfill something bigger than yourself, a time to become what you truly want to be. But you know, you know that in this realm, people don't appreciate fire. Not like me. I appreciate fire. This is why I keep you in this lantern. This is why I keep you here. Because I know I appreciate the burning that you can provide. I offer you a chance, an opportunity to burn. To burn all of that. I I offer you an opportunity to feed, to gorge yourself, to have a fucking feast if you offer me something in return.
You see the spirit's little black eyes have widened into almost perfect circles as it looks up at the building, and its hands clasped together tightly to the point you can't really see the outline. It's just another little ball of flame in front of the bigger ball of flame. And its little mouth opens, also black as coal, but with little flaming teeth. It says, "What do you ask in return?"
Alan is going to go ahead and rub his hand over the lantern, and he simply says, I wish the opportunity to watch you work. I beseech you to give me a measure of your strength, to, when you are big, when you are substantially big, to offer a piece of yourself, in essence, a smaller piece of yourself unto me that I can bind, that I can put to sleep for better use afterwards. I wish to be able to watch you work. I want to be in the inferno and not suffer grievous wounds. And I also want the ability to create fire when I want.
Said I cannot burn forever. Will I be put out?
You will not be put out. You will stay safe here in this lantern, and I guarantee you there will be another opportunity for you to grow big and wild. And maybe one day, I simply let the fire go ahead and burn wild to its fullest potential. But that's not this day.
Spirit, you hear it cackle a little bit when you talk about someday letting it just go free, and the flame sort of flares up just a tiny bit for a second before returning to the size that it can sustain with this amount of gas. And it looks like it's nodding as its little eyes bob up and down in the flickering mass that is its body.
Do you agree to this chimnage?
Yes, yes, yes.
Excellent. What do I call you, little spirit?
Ember. I'm a little ember right now, but soon I will be an inferno. And someday I will always be an inferno.
Ember with the potential to be Inferno. I consider you a friend today.
You see the little coal mouth just spreads into this mischievous like grin that it has in this image here, this little crescent moon shaped grin.
Alan's gonna go ahead and take the lantern off from the hood of the mystery machine and start to actually walk he'll go ahead and walk past the barriers that his own company has set up. The very, very thinly chain link fence goes ahead and brushes past it with his own set of keys and the lock and the chain, walks past it. He goes ahead and walks up to the front doors, the double doors of this particular building, digs in his pocket, finds the key that the previous owner, or at least the key holder of the previous owner. A place like this, it often changes hand, and it often defaults to town hall or some municipality or civil court that holds the keys. He takes the key that he has been given, goes ahead and inserts it into the lock, opens it up, and he starts to wander in. But as he wanders in, he makes sure to weigh the sledgehammer he currently has in his hand. The yard-long sledgehammer with a really, really bulky head. He has things he needs to work out this very, very early morning. This very, very early morning that he has not exactly slept. No, why would he sleep? His dreams are beset by nightmares. No, this this is a morning to go ahead and exercise that aggression, to exercise that frustration. Time to destroy something.
You see the decrepit old house, the former halfway home, laid out in front of you, and well, much to the perhaps your amusement, the place still has some bare bones furnishings on the inside. Maybe a chair or two, all nasty and torn and not worth saving. An old couch and maybe a busted TV with its screen already caved in. If you look, there might be a rat sleeping in it. You don't know, but yeah, the walls are all very very old wood, very very dull dark brown. They look as if they may have already been eaten a small bit by termites or vermin or other things that have been in this building as it was untended. The whole place is just kind of a depressing sight, isn't it?
Oh, it's such a depressing sight. Wails the fucking hammer at the first piece of furniture he sees. Bam! Against a piece of wallpaper. Continues to walk on. Goes ahead and swings the fucking hammer with his full fucking might against the television, crashing against the glass screen, bringing it all to the fucking ground, continuing to whistle on. Gonna go ahead and try to shift. Well, actually, he will shift into Galabro, become the Neanderthal man as he continues to walk down this corridor, making sure to punch fucking holes in the wall every so often.
Place suffers considerable damage. The chairs, various insects scatter and fall away as you smash at them with the hammer. As the TV goes crashing to the ground, you see a couple of rats just scurry away towards a hole in the wall. As your fist collides with the walls, they're surprisingly brittle. Maybe it's your glabro strength, maybe it's the poor condition of that house, but they just shatter under your strength, and you just see it fall away. And you're met with a look of drywall, thankfully not asbestos.
Oh, no,
And
no, no, no. That would be part of the upkeep. The on-time construction company that Alan currently owns via his kinfolk would have made sure that the insulation was properly ripped out. I mean, you can't burn
oh,
asbestos, can you?
fair enough.
You can tell I've researched this.
You did. I didn't know that.
Continue.
Yeah, your fist collides with the wall and it goes shattering. You keep walking and walking and walking, and you do come across a set of stairs leading up.
Okay. First off, Alan noticed that there were some rats around here. He's actually going to go ahead and turn around. He's going to be very, very deferential to the rat hole. And he's simply going to say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Come out, friends. Come out." Using bee speech.
Okay. One of the rats, the littlest one, a little scraggly gray thing, is gonna poke its nose out of the hole and sniff.
Alan's going to go ahead and get a bit of trail mix from out of his pocket, spill it out onto the ground. "Hey, little buddy. How you doing?"
Rat looks at you suspiciously and says, "You have food?"
"I have food. I have a warning as well."
Warning. What warning? It slowly creeps towards the food. The sexual tension between this rat and this piece of trail mix can be cut with a knife.
Alan's gonna go ahead and take the very, very tiny bit of movement with his boot, sort of very, very slowly centimeter it over to little critter. "I gotta warn you, it's gonna get very, very hot in here. You're not gonna be very, very comfortable. In fact, here's the thing, little buddy. Can you go ahead and warn people for me?"
Rat snatches up the trail mix. Why does it get hot?
It gets hot because this building going to be destroyed. This building not going to be here. You gotta convince people to get out of here, to walk away, to run.
The rat looks at the bag that the trail mix came from. Rubs its little nose with its little people hand. Hmm.
Little buddy, little buddy, little buddy, there's a reckoning that is about to come, and I don't want you to be a victim of it. You need to convince your friends to get out of here, to flee. Please flee. If you don't flee, you'll be burned in the fire.
But but we flee. We have no home. We have no food. We freeze to death. Get caught by cats.
It is much better than being burned. He's going to go ahead and crouch down and simply say, "There was a time when you and your kind fled to the fields. I can promise you there's a field towards the west. It it's a vacant lot. You can try to rebuild there. I promise you this. If you stay here, you will be burned. But if you run towards the field, you may live."
Where's the field?
You exit out that way, and Alan's going to go ahead and point towards the front exit, and you run down the flashing lights, and you don't stop until there's neon. There's plastic on the ground. You go past the plastic on the ground, and you find the dirt on the ground. Let me rephrase it. Outside, concrete, rock. Towards the south, plastic. Past the plastic, dirt.
Okay. The rat nods. That it finishes nibbling on the mix that you gave it because it sure as hell isn't going to share with its entire little rat family before scurrying back into the hole in the wall.
Selfish little rat. I wonder if people are going to live. Continues to walk on. You said there was a few ways. You said there was a stairwell.
Yeah, there was a stair leading upstairs. There's a hallway. Maybe there's a kitchen at the end of it.
Let's go ahead and walk towards the kitchen.
Okay. The kitchen, clearly everything is disconnected. There's the area where a fridge once was, but is no more. A bunch of pantries open. You can smell some pretty gross, like mold or something growing in it.
Hmm, interesting. Do Alan's gonna go ahead and set the lantern with the fire spirit right here, and he's gonna make sure that people did their actual fucking job and disconnected the gas. Is the gas disconnected?
Let's see what the fate dice have to say. Yeah, it's disconnected. It looks like it's completely cleared out, too. There's no gas still left in it. They did their job.
Awesome, they did their job. But still, Alan's gonna go through the motions as if the gas was still connected. He knows for a fact that configuring the oven to go ahead and be opened and have the pilot gas still on won't do anything right now, but it's good practice. Really good practice. Should she want to do this again?
Hmm.
Goes ahead and fiddles with the. He goes ahead and opens the oven, cranks his upper body in there, fiddles with a few of the knobs in the back, goes ahead and sees that, or at least notices that the gas doesn't pour out. But, muscle memory, it's a thing. Goes ahead and exercise himself. Looks towards the lantern with the fire spirit. Goes ahead and whispers to it, "Sit right here. Sit right here. Sit right here, please."
Spirit. It's looking around frantically, and if it were like a person that were hungry, it would be like smacking its lips. It looks like it's very, very, very ready, almost eager.
Alan's gonna go ahead and pick up the lantern and bring it close to his chest. "Oh, my friend, my flaming friend, it is close. The time is close, very, very close. But you must wait. I must have the fuel. The fuel must be here. When the fuel is here, you will feast and feast and feast."
Yes, yes, yes. So hungry, so hungry.
"Stay still. Stay silent. Stay where you are."
Okay.
Alan goes ahead and leaves the lantern there, as he's going to go ahead and explore other parts of the building. Let's try the second floor first.
Okay. The second floor, most of the doors are shut, though a few of them are cracked open. It looks like bedrooms, potentially. At least the one that's cracked enough for you to see inside most definitely is.
Okay, gonna go ahead and get the crowbar out and go ahead and wrench the door open rather violently and invade this bedroom.
All right. The bedroom still has the frame of a bed in it, though there's no mattress to be seen. And looks like an old desk with a bunch of dust on it, maybe a little mold, missing a leg. One of the drawers are sticking out.
Hmm, interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and investigate the drawers of this desk.
Okay. Um, in the one that's still shut, you manage to pry open with the crowbar. You find a couple of empty needles.
Empty surgical needles that looked as if they were used to inject drugs.
Yes.
Hmm. Anything else in this room, actually?
There's a closet. You know those closet doors? They look like folding doors with all the little slits. It's one of those.
Okay.
Still on.
Alan's gonna go ahead and take one of these folding up uh folding up doors. I'm gonna go ahead and call them. No, that not there's not what they're actually called them. probably folding curtains of the closet, whatever have you. He's going to go ahead and take one of them and just brush it aside.
Okay, you see a closet. There are a few metal coat hangers on it, though they don't have anything on them at the moment. Um, Down on the ground, there's a very, very thick layer of dust. It looks like there's some cloth crumpled up on the ground. And up, like, above the shelf, right above the hangers, you see, looks like a book, maybe?
Grabbing the book, opening the book up.
The book has a lot of pictures of a family. It looks like a family photo album.
That's a fucking adorable.
You see, there's a mother. There's a young girl you see as she grows older and older. She's a chubby teenager, but suddenly, not very many pages after, she's bone thin. And there's another addition to the family.
Hmm.
There are
Continue.
less and less pictures the more you flip through.
Hmm. Does the talent increase? Is whoever is making these portraits able to refine himself to actually make better and better portraits as they go along?
Yeah, you notice they do take a turn. It starts in the beginning as just whimsical family photo album, maybe snapshots snapped by grandpa at birthdays and Thanksgiving and Christmas. But the older ones, the ones mainly just starring this thin girl, they have a very, very sad air about them. Even the ones where she's holding her child and showing it love.
Oh, you just introduced something. Did you just say that one of the daughters of this family had a child?
Yes.
Hmm. How old does the daughter look when she had this child?
Between probably 16, maybe 17.
How old does the child get in these records?
The last picture of the mother and the child is the mother looks a bit older. She looks surprisingly older, though you think it's just because she's gone almost completely skeletal. The child is grown into a toddler, a chubby little toddler.
Any names in this book and the portraits?
Yeah, most of them are pretty. There's nothing like a full name or anything super important. There's stuff like Uncle Buck at Thanksgiving or like Joanne and the new baby. Little baby's name is Charlotte.
Baby Charlotte. Alan's going to go ahead and throw this book into his bag for just to save the memory, because at this point the memory is much more important than the structure.
Mhm.
I don't think Alan is going to go ahead and touch anything in this room. It's too defined. This room is too defined. It has too much character in it. He's actually very, very scared of this room right now.
Give me a perception alertness.
Okay. Will you allow an expenditure of willpower?
Nah, it'll be reflexive.
Okay, so it is reflexive. Bam, motherfucker!
Nice. There's a rat watching you flip through the photo album, but it scurries away as soon as you're done.
Hey, you! Back here! He screams in beast speech.
The rat's not listening, it's not coming back.
Okay, where is it ducking to?
It is ducked into a little hole in the wall under the bed.
Alan is gonna go ahead and using his Labro strike, go ahead and throw the wire remains of the bed towards the other side of the room. Go ahead and launch himself towards the wall and try to sneak his hand into the hole.
Okay. Give me a dex and athletics to grab this poor rodent.
Rolling. Oh, hi.
Oh yeah, you grab the rat. You hear a loud squeak as your hand closes around its little squishy body.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and drag it back to my face and simply go ahead and growl at it. Why haven't you left? Why are you spying?
Just curious. Everybody left. Just me.
Hmm. Do you want a friend?
Yes.
Would you like to live in my pocket for a while and I feed you like almonds and nuts?
I like nuts.
Good, awesome. Alan's gonna go ahead and deposit it into his shirt pocket and drop some trail mix of nuts and raisins into it. And he's gonna go ahead and look to his shirt pocket and say, "What do you know about the people who lived here?"
The rat kind of shrugs. It was long before I was born.
Hmm. All right, fair enough. I don't suppose you know anything about any particular people.
People, people. They wield broomsticks and smack us with them. We stay away from people, out of their sight.
Goes ahead and takes two
Don't like rats.
fingers. Say again, please.
Because people don't like rats.
Oh. Ellen takes two fingers, goes ahead and nuzzles its head. Oh, I know somebody that loves rats.
Ooh,
I got a friend who absolutely adores rats. His name is Antonio. I'll introduce you.
okay.
You're a good rat. Good rat.
The rat, it accepts the petting, although it flinched away at first. Snuggles into it and nibbles on the trail mix.
Alan looks at the rat and simply says, What? You may, he goes ahead and asks the rat, and he also asks the world, and he also asks the room in front of him, why are animals so just like really easygoing? Why in the world do they just accept love when they can get it? He sort of walks around as he goes ahead and takes a sledgehammer and goes ahead and busts the fucking hinges of this particular room to make sure the door goes ahead and slams all the way fucking down.
And it does so. It hits the wall behind it, and it leaves a nice little hole right where the doorknob hit the wall.
Alan's going to go ahead and repeat the same procedure towards the next door he finds and continues his lines of questioning and simply says, BAM! Because that's the fucking thing. You would think that more people would be willing to accept any kind of love, whatever love they were given. But no, this world is kind of cold and kind of a dick.
See the rat look up at you with its beady little eyes, but it doesn't really have an answer for that because it doesn't understand why you would refuse love.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See. Ratty knows. As Ellen's going to go ahead and enter the next room.
Next room, Looks like another framework for a bedroom. Basically the same thing. You can only assume that this furniture was provided by whoever actually owned the halfway house. Closet, empty bed, broken down drawer.
Fair enough. There's a window, right?
Yeah.
Alan is going to go ahead and take the wireframe bed and go ahead and kick punt it out the window.
There's a very, very loud crash as it goes crashing through the window, and glass flies everywhere on the outside, leaving one leg of the bed just sticking out the window. And the room, it gets quite a bit darker, as it was the only source of light in here.
Alan goes ahead and laughs at the bit of destruction he just went ahead and caused. Oh, it's fucking hilarious, isn't it, Ratty?
The rat is happily nibbling away at the trail mix. It's content.
Rub, rub, rub. Yep, yep, yep. Alan's gonna go ahead and repeat this procedure with each and every room, but I'm gonna assume that nothing really special happens.
There is one last room. This one doesn't have a bed in it, it has a crib. It's really the only difference.
Alan sort of stops for a minute when he sees the crib, not really expecting it. Huh. Goes ahead and looks at his notebook. Charlotte? Is that what your name is? Baby Charlotte? Flip, 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 flip. Baby Charlotte, right?
Yep, baby Charlotte.
He's going to go ahead and look for any nameplates or any clothes, actually, or any pieces of paper.
Give me perception and alertness. Or investigation, whichever you have more in.
I have more in investigation, but will you allow me to spin a willpower?
Yeah, since you're actively looking.
Okay, rolling. 2 successes, my good lady.
You do find a piece of paper.
Okay. Alan's going to go ahead and take the piece of paper and examine it.
It looks like it's written in ink, but a lot of it is either faded or looks like it was smeared by water, maybe raindrops getting on the page. It's difficult to make out. Yeah, perception and expression to see if you can decipher parts of this.
Okay. Alan will be taking his disposable camera and taking pictures of it just in case. Only 1 success.
You can't read most of it. It's messy and scrawled handwriting, almost frantic. You get exactly 2 lines. You get, "Can't do this anymore. Take care of Charlie."
Charlie is a different baby than Charlotte.
Is it?
I checked the handwriting and the spelling of the paper and the notepad I have.
The handwriting is the same as whoever was labeling that photo album.
Fuck. Yeah. Alan's not cool at the moment. Alan's gonna go ahead and roll for his burnt out flaw. Okay. Alan's fine. But his mind jumps to the logical conclusion. He goes ahead and furrows his brow. Goes ahead and hang his head. He's able to still operate. He's able to still function. He's able to do whatever the fuck he wants to do. But what he wants to do right now is just simply say, fuck. No, fuck this. Alan is going to go ahead and look at the crib, and he's simply going to say, no, I'm going to save that. That is what I'm going to save. That is what I'm going to save. I'm going to wheel this out. I'm going to save that. Alan, make sure to check the room to see if there's anything else more interesting than the sheet of paper.
There's not really anything else in the room.
All right. Alan is going to go ahead and take the crib, lift it up, start to deliver it to the front entryway, the front lobby, because he's going to go ahead and save that. He doesn't know what it is. He knows that it's important. He doesn't know what it is, but he knows that it's important. It's a weird fucking thing where you know that something is really, really fucking important, but you don't know why. You think you know why, but you're not fucking sure. And you have all these weird ideas and assumptions that lead you to the worst case conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
Alan just, after he's gone ahead and transported the crib to the front lobby, he doesn't know exactly what to do. He's just fucking staring at it. He's staring at it.
The crib is wooden, basic at best. You get the feeling that it probably wasn't even very nice when it arrived in this house. It's creaky, splintery. It's not a place for a child to sleep.
Fuck. I hope the fire takes the entirety of this place. Oh, it doesn't leave a fucking thread. This is wrong. This is so fucking wrong. Why is this here? He's going ahead and shouting at the curb. Why is this here? Why?
His only response is maybe a bit of wind through the window and the shuffling of the rat in his pocket. The crib has no answers for him.
Never was. It never. Okay. Alan's gonna go ahead and stop obsessing over this particular piece of furniture that'll lose to something even more desperate and dark, and continue on his itinerary of the building. He's gonna look after the residential cubicles or cells or rooms, or fuck it, let's just call them cells, because this entire place is a fucking prison. He's gonna look for the warden's office.
It's not hard to find. It's the only door with a working lock and the only door without a window on it. Has a little name plaque.
Crowbar is an awesome thing to have. As Alan goes ahead and shoves the wedge in, and goes ahead and uses his Galabro sink to go ahead and snap it open.
It flies open with a loud splintering sound, and you're met another room with a window. There's a desk, a chair, some filing cabinets, and there's another bed frame that still has a mattress on it, and you notice it's noticeably nicer than everything else in this halfway home. This whole room is noticeably more live-inable than the rest of this shithole.
Growl that comes from Alan that probably disturbs his rat friend in his pocket. He's going to go ahead and first investigate the desk. He's going to go ahead and take that very, very cushiony chair. I'm assuming that's in there, that leather, that bit of cushion to it. Go ahead and sit on it, and every sense of comfort that his tush and his back goes ahead and takes in is just going to go ahead and infuriate him just that bit more as he starts to investigate this desk and the several drawers behind him.
The desk appears, for the most part, pretty much cleaned out, although there's a stack of maybe 3 papers. Not really a stack, more like a few crumpled, forgotten papers down at the very bottom.
Alan's gonna go ahead and reach over his hand, snatch it up, uncrumple it in front of himself, place it on the desk.
The very first one the very first one is paperwork. Although most paperwork you would assume would be accepting families, though this one is made specifically written up to reject a family. Reject a family on the premise that they aren't willing to expend the funds to care for a child, to care for some, as the writer of the paper puts it, crackhead mother and her soon to be delinquent child.
It's a harsh reality, but it is a reality. Any other details that come to accord across the papers?
Well, it is signed.
By who?
The random handwriting is really, really difficult to read. It's that typical annoying sort of scrawl that you get with bureaucrats who deal with this shit often. The name, Brent Thompson is what you're able to make out after quite a bit of squinting. Officer.
Officer Brent Thompson, right?
Yes.
Go ahead and shove that into my bag holding, and I'm gonna go ahead and devote my attention towards the filing cabinets, actually.
Okay. They're old metal, very, very rusty. The one at the bottom is all the way open. There's nothing but dust in it.
If there's nothing in the filing cabinets, Alan will go ahead and simply go ahead and take one of them, using his amazing glabral, if necessary, Krenos strength. Go ahead and lift it off of its fucking holdings and go ahead and slam it against the fucking desk.
It collides with the desk with a loud, splintering crash as this place, once the most comfortable and hospitable room of the house, also begins to crumble and turn into nothing.
Yeah, Alan's going to go ahead and continue the destruction using his glabral claws. Just go ahead and decimate every single piece of furniture in this fucking room. Fuck this place, fuck this place, fuck this place, fuck this place, fuck this place. Destroy it all, destroy it all, destroy it all.
By the time you come out of this red-eyed heat of anger and passion, you're sitting in the middle of a pile of scrap wood, claw marks all around you, sawdust everywhere, dust in the air, that the cloud slowly, slowly settles, and there's nothing recognizable of this place besides a few doors of the filing cabinets.
Alan is breathing, is growling. He's checking on his little rat friend.
The rat friend rubs its nose. Why'd you do that?
I was angry.
Why?
I was angry because people who ought to have helped others weren't able to or were unwilling to.
The rat nods. Why?
Because this world is fucked up and broken.
The rat doesn't really have a response to that. For all it knows is food and breeding and affection. It just kind of goes quiet.
He looks at the rat and he goes ahead and pleads with it. Don't you fucking understand? Don't you understand? The world is fucking broken. This world is so fucking broken. This world is not what it's supposed to be. This world is really fucking broken. It turns people who ought to be like fucking caregivers into these jaded motherfuckers that reject people. And that's the fucking thing. If the world were as it were supposed to be, this girl who was fucked up, who wanted something else, who had a life inside her, would have been taken care of. Her child would have been taken care of. I don't even fucking know where that little bastard went. I don't want to call it a bastard, but it's kind of what it is. I don't even know where that bastard went, but that bastard should have had a fucking chance at least. It doesn't have a chance now. It's out there. It could be fucking anywhere. It could have fallen into the street life. It could have fallen into the gangs. What it needs, what it really wants, what it should have is a fucking family. It should have a mother, at least. Father, maybe. A chance for education, and you're eating my raisins, aren't you?
The rat, it just kind of blinks through all this. It blink, blink, blink. And then it crawls up. It puts a little rat hand on Alan's chin, uses the other hand to pull his bottom lip down, pulls out a little piece of chocolate from the trail mix and puts it in his mouth.
Alan's gonna very, very absentmindedly swallow the chocolate.
He's gonna get back in the pocket. Blink, blink.
At least you know this world is fucked up, right?
The rat looks completely blank.
So what I get for making rat friends, Alan's gonna go ahead and continue to make his rounds of this particular building.
Doesn't really find anything else extremely remarkable. Maybe a few more discarded needles at best. Yeah. The other bedrooms are destroyed with ease. There's a bathroom that he can utterly decimate. In fact, actually, the bathroom does have a medicine cabinet on the mirror that is slightly ajar.
Alan's gonna go ahead and take a second from his application of force via a sledgehammer towards the toilet. Stop for a single second. Walk towards the mirror. Go ahead and open it up, just with a single claw in his glabral form.
He finds two particularly notable things. There's a little orange pill bottle that looks like it's. You can still barely read the prescription on it. It's flu medicine for Charlotte Parker. Beside it, A rusty razor blade. The tip of it seems a little redder than the rest.
Alan is currently holding his head in his hand. You notice that Alan, for his part, he has been drinking. He is intoxicated. He has a wherewithal of his senses, but the lack of sleep, as well as the intoxication, has taken some of his sensibilities away. He has his head in his hands. He's looking through just the very spaces between his fingers at these things. This
Just there, right in front of your face, covered in dust. The bottle's completely empty. You hope that's a good sign?
it's not.
It's probably not.
Alan's gonna sniff the razor blade for like any trace of blood still on it.
Okay, perception primal urge.
Okay. Rolling. Oh, hey. Very nice.
There is some still caked on it. You can identify it as blood.
Okay. I'm going to look towards the bathtub and see if there's a familiar smell there.
Okay, roll that again.
Oh, man. Rolling again. Hey.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's the same blood. Mostly concentrated around the drain.
Why? He's saying this out loud in his very meek and mild voice. Why? 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 The only audience he has is the mouse in his pocket. Why? Why?
It pokes its head out, but when it looks, it doesn't derive any meaning from this. It just blink, blink, sniff, sniff, curls back up in the pocket.
Fuck's sake! How did somebody just slip through the fucking cracks? How did somebody just slip through the fucking cracks? How did a fucking mother just slip through the fucking cracks? How did this happen? This is bullshit. This is fucked up. No! I did. He tries to calm himself. He tries to count down for 13, but by the time he counts down to 13, 12, 10, 9, he just has his foot cocked and he just goes ahead and kicks the fucking tub with his Galabro might, fucking taking that porcelain and cracking it into other fucking pieces.
All of it shatters before him. It releases a stink of old porcelain and a bit more of that dried blood into the air. Dust, always dust.
Always dust, always dust. That bit of blood in the air isn't really helping him at the moment as he tries to fucking calm himself down. He continues to count 7, 6, 5, 4. He's coming down. He's coming down. He's taking the pill bottle and the razor blade, stuffing it into into his bag for later evidence, because oh dear fucking god, oh dear fucking god, something is not, I am going to remember this, something has to be, this fucking has to be remembered, this has to be fucking remembered, because if I don't fucking remember it, Alan goes ahead and yells out into the air of this bathroom, nobody else is going to remember it.
It's met by silence, maybe bugs chirping, the vast, crushing indifference of the universe.
Alan goes ahead and gives the vast, crushing indifference of the universe the middle finger up into the air. Okay. 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 He repeats this over and over himself to again. Okay, 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 okay. But it's not fucking okay. It's not fucking okay at all. It really is not fucking okay. He continues his itinerary of the building. He's gonna try to end it with back towards the kitchen where he left the fire spirit.
Fire spirit is still waiting. Seems very antsy, but boy, it's listening. It wants it so bad, man. It wants it so bad.
Okay. 1 second. Let me get the kerosene. Alan's gonna go ahead and walk out of the building back to the mystery machine where he has several piles of, I shouldn't say several piles, I should say various gallons of kerosene in the back of his mystery machine. He's going to go ahead and bring at least 2 of those out, come back to do the kitchen. And what he wants to do is he wants to go ahead and, well, excuse me, I believe there was a crib. Alan's going to go ahead and take the crib from the lobby, deposit it into the mystery machine. From the mystery machine, take the 2 gallons of kerosene with him outside, walk back into the halfway house full of destroyed families and destroyed potentials of life. Because this is what he's currently has in his head. This place is fucked up. This place needs to die. This place needs to be destroyed right now. Fuck this place. Fuck this world. Fuck everything about this place. Fuck everything about this world. Hi, Rat Friend. I hope you're still doing okay.
The rat looks very, very shaken, but it nods its little head.
Okay. Alan is going to go ahead and take the second kerosene can and make sure to spread the fuel on major arteries of the building to make sure the major arteries of the building go ahead and will catch a flame as soon as the fuel is ignited. He's going to go ahead and take the first can of kerosene, walk back to the kitchen, and go ahead and very, very temptedly like pass it in front of the lantern where the fire spirit is held. Hey, hey guy, hey guy.
Yeah, the spirit thrashes about as it sees you you deposit this fuel all over the place. It's like, yes, 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 more.
Burn it all. Burn it all. Burn it all. Make sure there's not a goddamn plank, piece of wood, or anything else. Alan checks his watch to make sure that the fire department is going to be here in like 5 minutes. Yep. Goes ahead and checks it. Yep. Burn it all. Fuck it all up. Burn it all. There's nothing fucking here. Nothing fucking here to save. Nothing fucking here to save at fucking all. Burn it fucking all. And he goes ahead and whispers to the spirit, let me watch. Please let me watch it all burn.
The moment you give the spirit permission, you see it get bigger and bigger and bigger. It reaches a hand out to touch one of the trails of fuel that you left for it, and the place just whoosh. It's quick, it's eager. The spirit grows larger and larger. You hear the echoing of the spirit's cackling as the entire area around you burns orange and red into flames until you're left with very little besides the crackling, the brightness, and the heat all around you as if the entire world is burning all around you.
Alan is going to go ahead and stand there and watch. He's just going to stand there and watch. He's going to stand here and watch everything burn the fuck down.
Fire is soon added to by the sounds of things collapsing and falling as the structure weakens by the very bottoms being burnt out of it. You hear the crashing of various major arteries, as you said, of the house falling, and then everything around them comes crumbling shortly after. The only thing that isn't crushed by this mass of flaming debris is you, but there's just this extremely small little circle just around you, just barely protecting you from the sight of everything crashing down around you, everything going up in flames, and everything being reduced to ash.
Alan just go ahead and marvel at the yellow, the orange, the red flames all around him. He's gonna go ahead and nod as if, yeah, this is what's supposed to happen. This is the world is on fire. There's no way in the fucking world he's gonna stop it, but he's gonna watch.
As everything finishes crashing down around him, as everything sort of settles into this smoldering, flaming mass beneath his feet, all around him, everything is released into this big black cloud, this cleansing energy as it goes up into the sky and disperses into just harmless ash. The ash rains down briefly, but with the assistance of those firefighters' hoses and with the lack of continued fuel to keep going, eventually there's nothing but a vaguely black streak all around him.
Ellen goes ahead and walks towards the lantern, looks towards the fire spirit. You satisfied?
Never satisfied, but
I
that was good.
I'm glad it was good for you. Alan goes ahead and closes the lantern up. Thunk. Picks the lantern from the to now charred remains. Goes ahead and walks out of the building, dressed very, very much like a health and safety officer himself. Gotta go ahead and use a bit of brother scent to just go ahead and make his exit out of the building as non-confusing and non-complicated as possible. He's supposed to be there. He's the health and safety officer. Why wouldn't he be there? He's gonna go ahead and take that lantern, walk back to his truck, leave the scene with all of his fucking evidence in the passenger seat and in the fucking crib. A fucking crib in the back of his mystery machine.
Door closes behind you as you make your way away from this scene. The crib, cramped into the mystery machine, kind of hangs above you, hangs above your head as you leave, not quite ready to let you forget it.
If not me, who? If not me to remember, then who to remember? There was a life there that was born. Will I forget it? Will I forever get a life like that?
Questions once again met by nothingness.
Would you like to give us a fantastic outro?
Sure. So, in an envelope of just utter quiet, some perhaps relaxed, some mourning, perhaps some regret of the information dug up here, the burden that he has now laid upon himself, Alan slowly drives away, leaving nothing but ash in his wake.
Alright then. We thank you watchers for watching. We thank you players for playing. We hope to see you all next time in another more equally destructive and equally depressing chapter in Rage Across New York. Good day. Bye everybody.